Yes.
I pledge allegiance to
The flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
Liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming.
Yeah, Matt,
Roll
thanks for
call.
coming.
Thanks for inviting me.
Mr. Bruno,
Here.
Mr. Douglas,
Here.
Mr. Duquette,
Here.
and Mr. Irwin and Mr. McDonald are excused.
Short roll call. All right, number 4. I need a motion and a discussion to accept the reports from all departments: water, sewer, Valcor, highway, town clerk, dog control, youth department, code zoning, supervisor report, court, website, and banking report, and JCO.
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Bruno.
Second.
Mr. Duquette. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 5, I need a motion to accept the minutes of the regular town board meeting on February 20th, 2024. I'll make it.
I'll second it.
Can't raise your hand, this is a verbal commitment.
Community input. Anybody sign up there?
Nope.
Anybody got any? All right. Number 6, discussion and a motion and request for town to apply for the New York State Pro Housing Community Program. I asked this young lady to come tonight and speak to us. It's all yours, girl.
Well, you're not going to be able to call me young anymore.
You can call everybody young, man.
That's right.
I'm excited to talk to you about the Pro Housing Community Program. I'm excited that Peru is, I'm excited that we're talking about it, right? We've been talking about housing at the planning board level too, and so at the state level, you know, we recognize that there's a housing crisis across the state, and this program is aimed to help communities kind of bring our focus towards ways that we can help support housing in our community. And we had talked about, I don't know if it was at a meeting or just informally, that our town has we're probably within the range to be a pro-housing community already. So there's 2 ways that you can become a pro-housing community. You can either submit a resolution to the state kind of proclaiming that we're interested in supporting housing in our community, or you can go through the process of filling out their application, which I think you've started to do a bit for us, to identify what kind of housing growth we've had in our community over the last year. I think it's, if you've had 3% growth, no, 0.3% growth over 1 year or 1% growth over the last 3 years, you can become a pro-housing community. So I'm really excited that we already have 5 communities in the North Country who have become like designated pro-housing communities, and I'm excited that we're talking about it here. So,
Allie, if I can,
Yeah.
I know it opens the door to receive much more grant opportunities for other projects.
yeah, so it, and I do think that over time it's going to be tied more and more to the state funding, but right now it will mean more on those applications for us to be a pro-housing community.
Yep, we did. We definitely, Pam wrote the letter for them, right there.
Yep, I saw
Yeah,
that.
thank you,
So
Pam.
we're following all the steps we can, and definitely think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to do, just fill us in, and we'll keep pushing forward.
Okay, well, we got the response from them. Did you see that email response that they sent back?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Thank you, and that's for.
Yeah, and so there's, I believe there's a link to follow to kind of start to create an account, and then they'll help walk you through the process. Their HCR has been really great with, you know, any specific detailed questions you have on the application or anything like that. They'll, you know, kind of help you walk right through. They're really interested in getting feedback too, so if you know, have things you want to share about the application process, you can let them know that also. What else?
Who is filling out the application?
I would say we are, correct? But Pam, and of course I say we,
Well, that's my question. Is it
Yes.
going to be me or is it going to
me
be
or
Bob?
we, it's a yes. But Pam's been on vacation and Pam's been sick, so she's been up to her elbows in Alligator.
Totally,
yeah. We will get, and Bob,
So-
you've
Yeah,
got information.
I
So
started,
there's
yeah. I
any
started-
questions, Pam, I'll get together with you. And if there's any questions that we need answered, I'll get them from Bob and then I can, not tomorrow.
So the link to the application that came in the email is the same one you're filling out?
Yep, there's a lot of information. I mean, I've already had 4 hours in it, just as I can. They want every zoning district, and we have 7 of them. Every zoning district, there's a whole pages and pages of questions you have to answer. There's a lot, but it's really just filling the information in. It's an Excel spreadsheet, and it's all filled out, but it's a lot there. A lot there you have to do. But
You need assistance with it?
I don't think so. It's just I'm doing it as I can, fill it in, and I was sick there for a few days and I had my training class last week, so I haven't really worked on it. It's a week over.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Then he's gonna handle it, Pam, you're off the hook. Thank you.
And I think, having that letter of intent is the first step, and so, moving through it as you can is fine.
And we can lean on you a little for some guidance here and there too,
Yeah, and if I don't have the answers, I'm happy to find them for you, so.
which is important to bridge everything.
For councilman, you sound just like a councilman.
No thanks.
There might be an opening next year.
No thanks.
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun.
Number 8,
You're just a rookie, be quiet.
discussion and a motion.
Thank you.
Allow water sewer parks department to advertise for seasonal labor. You want to just touch on it, or
Just my usual spring's coming, just to get a seasonal help for all
Good
the
luck.
parks and athletic fields.
Try to get one that will stay the whole season, will you?
Hard when it's only 6 months or.
Yeah. Definitely.
do we actually need a motion for that, Dan? It says discussion motion.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes,
I would think so.
Yes, that money.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make the motion to allow the water sewer parks department to advertise for seasonal labor.
Mr. Bruno?
I'll second it.
Mr. Duquette, all in favor?
Aye.
Any questions on that, guys? You're all set, Courtney?
Same thing we do every year.
Yep. Okay, number 9, resolution and discussion accepting the resignation of Highway MEO number 1. I got a motion on that to accept that.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll second.
A resolution accepting the resignation of Adam Archer from the town of Brewtown Highway Department motor equipment operator effective February 21st, 2024. Whereas Adam Archer has recommended that town board accept his resignation from a motor equipment operator position for the Peru Highway Department offered February 20th, 2024, and effective February 21st, 2024. Therefore, be it resolved, the Brewtown board agrees with the recommendation of Adam Archer to accept his resignation and thanks him for his past service to the town of Peru. His resignation will be effective February 21st, 2024, and be resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Roll call.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Motion carried. Number 10, resolution and discussion approve the hiring of a new highway MEO number 1. Mike, before we read this, you want to say anything?
On which one?
Well, you can say you can do with
You don't have to say
go with
it all,
Archer
but
first.
everyone.
if
No,
you want.
I will say Adam Archer was one heck of an employee, very, even though he didn't think he was capable, he was pretty good. He couldn't figure it out, he Googled it, good with wiring, excellent in the truck plowing. If I had an opening in a year from now, I'd take him back in a minute. So no hard feelings, a very good employee. Just so happened, when that happened, I was upset because usually the last time it took a year and a half to find somebody. This next kid that Jim's gonna read off, happened to walk in the door, we did an interview, called a couple of the references. One was Io Kravitz, which does the county tree cutting. So I got a background in him. He had worked for Clinton County since April, but he's been up in Ellenburg, traveling from Peru. He lives right here, diagonal with Bill's Body Shop, went to the farmer right in the corner of Rockwell Road. So everything turned out, so we hired him.
Excellent. I'll make that motion.
Mr. Bruno?
Second.
Mr. Ducat?
A resolution authorizing the hiring of Keegan Welch as motor equipment operator 1 as of March 4th, 2024. Due to the current opening in the highway department, whereas the town board has agreed that a new permanent full-time MEO1 is necessary for the effective operation of the Peru Town Highway Department. Following the recommendation of the Peru Highway Superintendent Michael Farrell, be it resolved that Keegan Welch will be hired as a full-time MEO1 for the town of Peru Highway at an hourly rate of pay of $20.46 with a start date of March 4th, 2024. Due to the current open position at the Peru Highway Garage, the Peru Town Board hereby authorizes the hiring of Keegan Welch for a permanent position with a 1-year probationary period. And be it resolved, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Ducat?
Yes. And he has
Motion carried.
training. That's the
What's
next
that?
thing, he already has training.
Yep, he had a CDL, and plowed for the county.
Number 11, resolution discussion accepting the water waste sand bed decommissioning proposal. Before we make one, you want to say?
I had that put on there so you guys can see it, what it's gonna cost. Quite frankly, I don't know where I'm gonna pay for it. I don't have the monies in my consultant line to cover it. But I know you want to sell that lot. So as of right now, DEC would not accept the proposal that AES drafted up. They want engineered stamped plans. So
I have an idea of what.
We have them?
We have what?
Have they done them?
Well, no, that's what that would be doing.
Okay.
Would be meeting DEC's requirement, and it could be cheaper depending on what ATL charges for the asbestos and hazardous material inspection. Because it's a smaller building, it could be less, I don't know.
What's the ballpark?
That's what, 33,000?
23,000.
Yeah, that's probably the,
So,
Yeah, 25 of it is engineering costs.
I tried to call DEC to ask some questions, I haven't got a call back yet. So I don't know if you want to table it for now.
We should, because what if we did, it stays agricultural, how would that balance out? We don't know, do we?
I don't know. I would say no, because it was an outfall for our sewer plant that we're gonna have to meet
You have to meet
the requirements.
the
I mean,
parameters.
part of DEC's requirements are, as far as the wastewater plant end, are all in the plans that were submitted for the upgrades down there, as far as decommissioning the lagoon and the piping and stuff. But the
Nothing on
the
that,
beds
then.
was separate now. They were hoping, they wrote out a whole plan on what we do. They were hoping they would accept that, but they want something more official.
He said we'll spend 25 grand just on engineering.
Yeah, to decommission
Isn't it?
some dirt.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what it
no,
is.
no.
Usually
a lot building.
What's usually the asbestos?
what's your feeling, and then you wanna,
Usually run for.
I think we should, I definitely
Well, you have
think we
to-
should table it to try to get some more information.
You have to have the survey done, to determine a couple $1,000 for the survey generally.
And then at least we can bring Cass in to see what they think preliminary, what might be in there for asbestos. Get Aaron Roth in there, to at least take a walkthrough.
How big the building is?
20 by 20 block.
Yeah, just
Just
a block.
house.
Block.
Yeah, but,
But-
unless it's got it in the blocks, in the fill, in the blocks.
Might be some zonal
Might.
in there, you never know until you take it apart. Then we gotta contain that as they take it apart, but.
so what's your feeling on it?
I'm willing to table this
Yeah, I think we
until,
should. Get some more information, definitely.
for at least another 2 weeks. If DEC answers you back, I can get something a little less formal from them.
Like I said.
Make a motion, we table this?
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Bruno, Mr. Duquette, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Thanks, Bart.
To table.
Yes. Number 12 is a resolution approval of handbook change for maximum compensation time. Mike, you want to hit on it before?
The comp right now is 60. I brought up maybe going back to 80. At one time, we were unlimited, and then it was 120, and we cut it back because when I first started, we had all senior guys with their vacation and stuff. Guys could be gone all summer. Now it's gone flip-flop the other way to all young guys with no time, so this is a way for them to get some time off until they get a little time under their belt, so a lot of them like to top it anyway, so let's bring it back to 80 hours.
I'll make a motion, we accept this.
Mr. Bruno?
Second that.
A resolution to adopt the change of the town of Peru employee handbook to revise section 702 in regard to maximum compensatory time, whereas the town of Peru has determined a uniform set of personnel rules, policies, and requirements for employees and officers is an essential communication tool that promotes consistent and fair practices in the workplace. And whereas the Peru Town Board has decided to update this document to ensure compliance with employment regulations, improve employee communications, and create consistency in policy application. Now therefore, whereas this section shall be changed to section 702 of the employee handbook. Compensatory time. With pre-authorization from the department head, a non-exempt employee will have the option of receiving, quote, compensatory time, quote, in lieu of paid overtime. When a non-exempt employee chooses to receive compensatory time, the employee will be credited with the equivalent of 1 1/2 hours for all authorized time worked for over 40 hours in a given work week. An employee may accumulate a maximum of 80 hours in compensatory time credits in the event an employee accrues more than 80 hours in compensatory time credits at any time. The employee must either use the excess compensatory time credits within the pay period in which it is earned or take paid overtime. Use of compensatory time will be at the discretion of the department head. Now therefore be resolved that the town board adopts the town of Peru employee handbook provision on March 11, 2024, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Roll call.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes,
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
thank you, Pam.
Motion carried. Thank you. Number 13, resolution discussing approval of handbook change for highway CDL license. Need a motion? You want to discuss it first, or?
I've discussed it already, you want to discuss it again? I'll make the motion.
Mr. Bruno? Mr. Duquette?
A resolution to adopt the change in the town of Peru employee handbook to revise appendix C, wage schedules in regard to CDL licensing. Whereas the town of Peru has determined that a uniform set of personnel rules, policies, and requirements for employees and officers is an essential communication tool that promotes consistent and fair practices in the workplace. Whereas the Peru Town Board has decided to update this document to ensure compliance with employment regulations, improve employee communications, and create consistency in policy application. Now therefore, be it resolved, this section shall be changed to Appendix C, wage schedules of the employee handbook. An additional increase for full-time permanent water sewer hourly employees, 50 cents per hour as of September 1st, 2019 with a water license grade D, 50 cents per hour as of September 1st, 2019 with a water license grade 2A, $1 per hour as of September 1st, 2019 with a wastewater license 2A or 3A. The maximum increase is $2. An additional increase for full-time permanent hourly employees. The increase is 50 cents per hour as of March 12, 2024, with the requirement being a commercial driver's license, CDL. Any full-time permanent employee with one CDL license receives an additional 50 cents per hour. These amounts are not subject to any additional increase and will be added after all other steps and/or COLA increase. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board adopts the town of Peru employee handbook provision on March 11, 2024, and be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Chad got a raise.
I'm sorry?
Said Chad got a raise.
Number 14, resolution discussion. Accepting a shared service agreement with the town of Wastewater for wastewater services. Courtney, you want to just hit on that? What it,
Didn't think that was supposed to be on yet.
I'm sorry?
I didn't realize that was gonna be on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
I
We can table it.
I
It's
would
a-
table it. I've been trying to get a hold of DEC to get clarification on how much they expect of me.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that was the question I wanted, because I read the proposal. So this would be you working as a wastewater,
Their chief plant, they don't have a chief plant operator.
okay,
They're,
so assuming there's, I don't know if this happens, could there be a potential emergency where you need to be in both jurisdictions at once, and if so, then what would you do?
I guess there's a slight possibility that could happen.
I would just want,
This is more of a, I mean, I'm not gonna be running their facility.
okay,
They're scored, they need to have a 3A,
okay,
and they have two 2A operators. They don't have a 3A. They were contracting with, they had some guy for a while, and they contracted with the city. The city stopped doing the outreach. One of their 2A operators is trying to get 3A now in the process.
do you have somebody here that could be your backup, either to be down there with the same?
I do it at 2A level, not as a 3A. But a 2A is considered, and it can be an assistant to a 3A.
Okay, so if there was an emergency, you had to be down there, somebody could be here doing whatever your normal function would be here. Right, okay, that's my concern, is if,
My concern is if DEC's expecting me to go there once a week, if the town is going to allow me to go during my regular shift, which I would assume, seeing we're doing an agreement through the town with them and using a town vehicle, the town should seek compensation from the town of Salem.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because we don't know how long this will go on for. I'm not exactly sure when she's taking her test.
so usually for shared services, I don't believe there's compensation going back and forth, right? If we do something for them, then they'll help us out with something down the road if we need it, so it'd be good to get that
But if
answer.
this is a weekly travel.
That's my point, it'd be good to get those answers before we decide we want to enter into this 100%, because, you know, depending on the scope of what they're expecting you to do, maybe we need to work something else
And
out.
I know it's filling a void for them, but if DEC is expecting me to actually be on site for.
Well, as long as DEC's involved, let's run this shared services agreement by them too, and just make sure it passes muster with them before we move forward on it.
I said, I move to table this.
Motion by Mr. Bruno to table it, second by
Absolutely.
Mr. Duquette, all in favor. I agree, I think, whenever we just signed something that we're,
Yeah, it's something more like clerical, so you're,
yeah.
say you're there to answer the questions and stuff, but us losing you after touring everything with you.
Yeah, if it's once a month or once
But I mean, I know
bi-monthly
I
or
made
something.
contract with the city was getting paid.
So that may have been a contract for services, a shared services agreement, so maybe that, if they need you at life, maybe that's what we need to do.
Thank you, I agree.
Could be right down, yes.
So shared services, service.
Okay, discussion and a motion, we need to set the dates and times for the engineers for RFO interviews. And I think Courtney, you've been going back and forth there, do we have some?
I threw dates out to them on this Thursday,
Right.
to do 2 at 3:30 and 4:30,
Yeah.
and then Monday at 3:30 and 4:30.
What's the first date?
Thursday the 14th. Or, yeah,
Yep. 3:30,
yeah, 3:30 for the first one, 4:30 for the second.
and then Monday,
Yes.
the 18th,
Yep.
same times.
Okay.
And did they get back to you on that?
I've got confirmation from 3 out of the 4. I will find out tomorrow. Thursday is definitely locked in.
Okay.
The only other one will be Monday.
Thursday, both options.
Yes.
Can you tell us which ones they are so we can get our questions situated?
Thursday.
Did you send that in an email?
Thursday is going to be Barton, LaJudas, and Delaware.
And who?
Delaware.
Okay.
Judas, you said?
Barton and LaJudas,
Ludgett.
LOGUDIC.
Thank you.
So I'm just glad to see that many people interested. That's a big deal.
Yeah, 4 is really good.
I thought we might get 1 or 2, so.
Monday would be LaBerge and AES.
Yeah, LABAR.
LABERG.
And AES is the last one.
AES and LaBerge is going to be on Monday.
Perfect.
Gordon, thank
Unless
you.
for some reason they get back to me, I'm waiting to hear merge. I think if they can't make Monday, I can try to move it to Tuesday, if you want to have that as a backup.
Sure, that works.
Perfect.
Great.
Thanks for your persistency on that too.
Under business. Who wants to start?
I'll start. I don't have anything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm good.
Two things.
Yep.
One thing, we gotta give a shout out to Bob, because I know the situation going on in Beekman Town with all the dog issues. And he proceeded in moving that woman out of this area. That's a big deal, because that could be our mess right now. And then secondly, I don't know if everyone knows, but our meeting on April 8th is the eclipse.
Oh.
So, just food for thought. That's all I got.
Yep, good point.
The eclipse is at 3. Be over with, I'd say.
It'll be over by about 3:50.
Do you have any eclipse party? Do you have any eclipse party going on somewhere?
But there's gonna be a lot of them everywhere,
Yeah.
because we're pretty much ground zero.
Yeah.
So,
So we should dress appropriately.
no tinfoil hats.
Mike?
We're good. Well, let's start it this way. Tammy, you have anything?
Yeah, we still have to get the court internal audit done, and also for Diane and Judy.
All right, I'll.
But mainly the court has to be done by March 15th. So that's got to get done before that. So
Well, I'll call it. Okay.
I'll have heads up.
Jim and Val are your liaisons.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, I said that, I got that one. Unless we can get Mel to come on.
Unless we get Ricky to come back, he always did a heck of a job over there.
He did. All right,
I had a Zoom meeting today with Action, Piso, and Madeline, I can't pronounce her last, she's from New York State Health Department out of Albany, and it's on our salt reduction program. So we wanted to know all about it, what's going on, and what we're doing, like what you heard, if we were willing to be a regional brine maker for other towns or counties just to get in it. So, and there is grant opportunities, she's not charged of that. She has something to do with the DEC and actually water quality and stuff all over. So she wanted to know if I'd be willing to talk to the higher up in the food chain in Albany. We talk salt reduction with anybody.
So we make brine and sell it?
Yeah, for other towns.
drink it too.
Yeah, not for contractors, I think.
Yeah.
When we first
Is most of
started
the brine all the same though? You don't have, some's not stronger than others?
No, it's all 23.3%.
I did not know that.
How many other towns in the county are using it right now?
We're the only ones right now. When we started, we were working with down at Plattsburgh, to be honest with you. But when Tim DeBrey was there, he was a little lenient. He has since retired. Greg Burnell has taken over. Greg has signed with 80K Action, and he's actually working with this lady here too. So I think at some point we'll be working with them. Obviously, we're not out to make money, but we got to recoup because everybody doesn't need a brine maker. We can, we got the stores, we can, sell it for what it costs us, and that's the whole idea. We set this up. It's a shared service event deal, so it's a little bit of good news. But down at Plattsburgh, we're taking baby steps, so I think it's going to take them a while. Number one, they don't have a salt shed. You got to have a salt shed. So I believe they're working on it, but I don't know how far along. Second thing I had was the Mack truck that we bought from down the Braintree through Charlie Boys has arrived. We've actually used it twice.
Nice.
So it's all insured, and actually, we found a mistake, though, was whoever registered it down in DMV, they put it as 2018, it's at 60, so that's gonna get redone. So right now, we got all the trucks back and running, so, and just for the next meeting, when there's a full board, this is something you guys can talk about, the 1996 water truck, which is an international, was a shop, scrap. And the 2009, the one that they call them the twin with a motor problem spring, that one is shot. We're looking for a motion or resolution to sell it, and it'd be more of a question for Matt, I guess, on the 2009. Jimmy Rock would like to buy the 2009, because it's got a plow on it. I don't know how long it'll run, because it's got antifreeze going in the motor, but he was willing to buy it, and you know, value-wise, it's worth scrapping, point blank.
Is that the one with the broken frame too?
Yeah, it's framed and broke on both sides and welded twice. The box is shot, so it's, you know, as far as the motor, like I said, it's got antifreeze going into the oil, so it's just a matter, he's willing to buy it. So I don't know what to put on it for a price, but I don't know if we can just sell it to an individual. So
Even
that's,
a surplus and advertise it for sale.
yeah. No, we could, you know, I would be, if we could just do a local advertisement, yeah.
I mean, what's the most you expect to get for it?
Yeah, but I don't need the answer tonight, because they're sitting up in the hill, it's off the road, so, we left the insurance on it just for now.
Will it
So,
pass inspection?
Yeah, what's that?
Will it pass inspection?
No. No, frame's been welded twice, both sides. No, it's not roadworthy, it'd be for scratch.
Okay.
So, make it clear it's sold as is.
But we can wait till the next meeting, and you tell me what you want to do, so.
Okay. Pretty much.
We did go last Wednesday to Albany for paving money. Tyler would probably tell you, it was kind of a circus down there. There's a war going, point blank, between the Republicans and Democrats. They're not talking to each other. We did have record turnout. There was 700 and some of us. Last year when we went, there was tables when we got to the hotel for, you have a breakfast before, and we all get our orange shirts. Jim knows, he's been down there. There was empty tables. This year, tables were all full, standing room in the back. So it was a good turnout in the whole state. It's just too bad that we were stuck in the middle because of politics. And so usually when I leave there, I got a good feeling. I don't have a good feeling. But just to give you an idea, even if we get our money back to where we were last year, the construction inflation is 56% right now. So you're not, even if you get back, you're going backwards.
Yeah.
You know, I just got the county, I think I mentioned it a couple meetings ago, the county bids for concrete right now, on a county bid, it's $140 a yard.
Man.
It's just, it's crazy. I mean, put that into sidewalks, a yard of concrete would do 20 feet. You know? So, that's all I got. That's enough.
Thank you, Mike. That's good. The only thing I could add is, just a thought is, if we got into that, Brian, you know, I'd like to see the town make a little money on it, because, you know, we're using our equipment and everything else.
I don't know what not to. I know when we hired Paul as a mechanic, we were originally gonna work on fire trucks for the fire district and some other stuff, and I was gonna make it, add like $10 onto his pay, and then I think Don Gibbs, the lawyer, said you can't make money like that, so.
Okay.
Maybe Matt's got a different opinion on it.
Make money doing what?
On, so you can only get back.
Making our brine and selling
Oh,
it.
back to the Brian, yeah, I'll look, I don't know for sure, but I'll look.
Yeah,
We
so.
gotta break even on it.
Oh, no, yeah.
Oh,
we definitely
break even.
Well, there's depreciation on the
Yeah.
equipment too. We
Right,
gotta-
yeah.
Right.
I mean, we're using our
Plus get
equipment.
paid for your knowledge. You know, you
Yeah.
guys got a lot of time and money invested
Yeah.
into where you're at, just on the knowledge.
And we know if this thing takes off, like, I think it's gonna, I know it's gonna at some point, the
Yeah.
brine range is gonna be too small. We know that.
Yeah.
We originally, when Town of Placer was in, we were looking at the next size up, which would make 6,000-7,000 gallons an hour, but we didn't need that when they didn't come with us, so that's why we got what we want. And it works fine for us, so nobody else comes, we're fine with what we got, so.
But we are able to enlarge
Yeah.
if we have to.
Yep.
Thank you, Mike. Coordinate.
The only thing I got is the talked about it, I sent a message out, is applying for the funding through Elise Stefanik's office. The Appropriations Committee is, I guess, open it up to each Congress person to apply for funding. I assume from the talks, everybody's good with that.
Yeah, do you have a deadline on them letters?
April 15th, 11:59 PM, it's all gonna be submitted. I'm down to the last page, applying for $6 million for the wastewater plant. So whatever letters of support we can muster up for me to submit with it. I know Mel had put me in contact with a few places today. I gotta come up with we should probably write up a letter of support letter that we can send out that they can get
Just sign.
information off and stuff. And so-
Are you just thinking here about making a generic letter?
Yeah,
and
it's probably gonna be the best thing, I think.
What do you think, man? 'Cause
So
like-
if anybody can think of any support that might have some pull, I think you had talked, I said like Chamber of Commerce maybe, you know?
Yeah, you said Robbie, and
Yes,
then
yes,
Randy
yeah,
said,
we can talk to Randy. Maybe I'll talk to somebody
Henry?
else.
Henry?
Yeah, right, you got Kevin Randall, who was just two.
Yeah, these are other letters.
So did,
I know it's a short timeline.
And Billy Jones. Randy said something about Billy Jones.
If she does choose, if we are one of the picks, then it would move forward next, and then we'd have to have somebody else do the paperwork.
I wonder if the governor would be interested in writing us a letter. Never know.
Yes, great
For the
idea,
community.
boy.
You know, we're all pro-housing people that we are, you know.
Other than that, all the engineers, I did call, at least 3 of their references on 2 of them. The other 2 references, I've called 2 so far, I'm gonna call 2 more. Obviously, all the references for all of them have been positive. The only other thing I suggest is, again, we come up with a list of questions, maybe.
People ask on that.
I
They're
have
smarter,
asked
they're smarter than I am, it's hard to ask them a
I
question.
have asked every one of them to bring a proposal on what it would cost for us to get to the point of having the preliminary engineering paperwork ready and submitted to the, I think it's the WQIP or the WEA grant.
Yeah,
which is good, then we can compare. apples to
at least
apples.
get some prices.
I was asked if you have any questions or as far as like the paperwork on the funding side and stuff. I know sometimes they throw stuff at you. If you can think of anything.
Cool, thanks Brent, that's really informative.
The only other thing is if we want to stay on track to apply this year, you guys might want to consider having an emergency meeting
Yep.
to approve or hire whatever one's decided after.
Yeah, I think
Because
we're
we're
all
really
on board
cutting,
with that.
cutting their leash tight with making that June deadline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
Because the deadline was moved up to June this year.
Definitely think we can make a quick decision on it, once we meet with the forum. I don't see any problem. A lot of it's gonna depend on how you feel and which group you feel the best with, because you're the one working with the most, you know, but.
Yeah, I mean, they all are very comparable on when you looked at their, if everybody did their homework.
Yeah, there was a lot of paper reading going on there,
They're 40
but.
pages each, but some
But
have
functionally, it's the
some
same.
have more staff than others, but I mean, they were all really comparable. And,
Yeah,
It'll be
that's
interesting to
okay.
see their
We'll get some
ideas.
bullet point questions, so then we know, just to make sure.
Again, like I said, all the reference have been positive,
That's-
which
that's
kind
a
of
plus.
expected. You know, usually true.
I just got to C4.
Were you familiar with any of them?
Yes,
Yeah,
we've talked.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you. You're up. Tyler? No, then you're next, Bob. Age before beauty.
Just to go along with hiring Keegan, he seems to be fitting in very well with the guys. He's moldable, I feel like, so that's a good thing. Wants to work, that's another good thing.
How old is he?
21.
Sweet.
He's now the youngest guy in the shop, so now we can pick on him. But
What a work ethic.
yes, he does. He surprised me, we were cleaning up a road the other day and he got out with his chaps and everything on and he wanted to cut trees, so go at it. Didn't have to tell him, he's got experience from Kravitz, so I mean, we do a lot of tree work to a point, so it's good to have that knowledge. And he says he wants to sit around the break room table and retire with us in 30 years, so maybe that's a good thing too.
Definitely.
So,
Maybe
Yeah.
it is.
seems like a really good fit, so hopefully that works out. We've been working on, being that Mike purchased the Fecon head for the excavator, we were able to start prepping roads for paving this year. So we started on John Boswell with snow on the ground, which we've never done in the 8 years I've been here. This machine takes a lot of the back work out of it for us. It cleans so much faster than what we could ever think of doing. We cleaned, I don't know how many, if it was even a mile or whatever, but what we're paving on John Boswell, we did that in 3 weeks. So that's stuff that would take us months to do.
Excellent.
So we can kind of skedaddle on our prepping for paving. So as soon as Mike gives us the next road, that's where we're going. And
Good, I'd like to see that machine in operation, and
Yeah.
it's a pretty good unit.
yeah, and Andrew, Big Andrew, we call him. He's main operator right now. He's very meticulous, which is really good because obviously the public watches everything that we do. So we are going to train, I believe, Kyle next. So we have 2 operators for it. You can't just really throw anybody in that machine. I mean, so. But we went and opened up Canavan. That looks totally different now. We would never be able to do that by hand. I mean, if you drive by there, you probably didn't even know that road was there. Now you can see the house way at the other end. So, but it's been going good. We're trucking along with what we can until Mike gives us the okay to go to the next road. So, trying to get that prep for paving.
Thank you. Anything else, Scott? You good?
I'm good.
Good job, Tyler. Thank you.
I have a couple things. I got my yearly training out of the way last week in Lake Placid. It's 24 hours of fire training. Another thing is, Mr. Don Swain called me. You folks might be familiar with Mr. Swain with Buttonwood.
Name from the past.
Name from the past. He is going to be around. He wants to talk about further subdividing his property. It has 2 parcels. He's meeting with Jeff Burns with RMS Sutherland, and he'll also be by to meet with me. And how much he's talking, I don't really know,
Cool.
but he's going to spend more time on this side of the lake, he says.
It's a good location for some new houses, close to school.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a nice development up there.
Yep. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Okay. Chris?
So I'll start. I handed out some glasses. As you all know, the eclipse is April 8th. It's a once in a lifetime for people in this area. It is definitely a recreation piece. The reason I say it's a once in a lifetime is we have people that have never left, not even just New York State, but Clinton County. So to be able to give some of our residents or anybody here the safety to be able to watch this, we've added extra glasses that will be available here at the town. Please hand them out as you see fit. Moving from that, this is also our last weekend of basketball. So I think we have 5 full games slated as of right now. We are also in the beginning of what the county runs into with this program is the AAU season. So we do have some cancellations, some rescheduling, that kind of stuff. The school district has been absolutely phenomenal. They've given us the ability to use 2 gyms just about our entire time so far, as opposed to just the one intermediate gym last year. It makes it easier to have practices, makes the space wider open. They have also, spring sports started today, so unfortunately the second gym is not available. So in turn I said to the athletic director, well, there is, that cracker box. And she said, hey, great idea. So we have that as a possibility as well. And we may start incorporating that if we need to, if numbers rise. But the season usually ends with this last Saturday. If we have to reschedule, we've got a couple of days the next day, following week that the athletic directors opened us using gyms. It's not a problem. Also, rec desk, spring sports, I've been getting a lot of people calling about spring sports, summer activities, summer employment. I've actually had quite a few contact me about that. And also fall soccer. So getting all of this up and running is kind of a challenge. They've done some different things with rec desk. We've added a few new drop downs, shirt size for athletes as opposed to having the coaches get them at first practice so that we can order jerseys timely. We're now asking parents to do that. It's a mandatory in order to finish filling everything out through rec desk. They have to put that in there, so that'll make that process a little quicker. But that should go live on rec desk Monday the 18th.
Good, excellent.
So we're in full swing. We do have an upcoming meeting. Any questions?
I got a question, how are you doing with an assistant?
So, we're gonna discuss that at the next meeting. We haven't had any real big bites, but I kind of had a thought process. So I thought I'd mention it to the board, and then, talk to my liaisons as well. If we were to subdivide that up into just seasons, just like we pay our, the person who does the scheduling for, umpires, or the person that does like a summer employment position, if we did it by section, we may actually be able to save money, but it might be more conducive to say, hey, you know, we need someone to help run this 8-week program for basketball, and this is X number of dollars. Or we need someone to help organize just T-ball, and you're in charge of T-ball, and subdivide it that way, as opposed to what the salary is. We may be able to try something like that.
That sounds really good. Sounds really good. Then you're not committed for the whole season, and you'll
Yeah.
probably get more bites for sure.
It makes it a little more complicated as far as, you know.
Just add, subtract.
Exactly. So, you know, I like to organize things anyhow, so it's, you know, doesn't do anything other than help me out in the long run when we can find somebody. So,
That's my point, I just wanna.
I'm sure if
Yeah.
you could get your commission to put that, you know, like in a bylaw or something.
yeah, that's what I
I'm
wanted
sure we
to
wouldn't have
put.
any problem passing
Yeah.
it here.
And, you know, and maybe one of them would want to step up during each season because they've got somebody else involved, or if
Yeah.
somebody else has a kid involved during that season, well, sure, I'll do it, you know?
Yeah,
And then just go season by season. And, you know, it's a
Sounds really
little more, you know, paperwork there, but, you know, less money to pay out in the long run and more of a possibility to get someone.
I agree totally.
Sounds
Excellent.
good.
Great idea.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have anything?
Tell Mr. Marino, good job thinking of that.
Nice try.
No.
I'm good. Thank you, everybody. On the other business, John, you have anything?
No.
Okay, I need a motion to have an executive
No, we gotta
session.
pay our bill first, we
I'm sorry.
pay bills.
Oh, pay bills, all right, yep,
Gotcha.
okay.
I'll make the motion.
A resolution authorizing the post office payment of certain claims, bills, and invoices of the town, whereas the town board has reviewed and audited filed claims, bills, and invoices for services rendered to goods provided to the town in March 2024. From town approved vouchers for March 2024, number 202400252, through including number 202400360, abstract dated 3/7/2024, for the dollar amount totaling $246,128.82. Of that, $111,995.44 was wired, credit cards and prepaid, and $134,133.38 is remaining to be paid for March 2024, whereas the town board finds said claims, bills, and invoices to be acceptable in form or reasonable amount. Now therefore be resolved that payment of the aforementioned claims, bills, and invoices is approved, and the supervisor being hereby is authorized to make such payment, and be further resolved, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Roll call.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
And Mr. Dugas?
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay. Now, I need a motion to adjourn to executive session for personnel.
So moved.